Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wanted to come on and make a video for you because this morning I woke up to a download of new information that is very important for all of us on the earth as we are going through another shift. I felt it in my body last night. I want to say it was probably somewhere around 9 p.m. Eastern time for me. So whatever time zone that is for you, whatever time that is for you. But I felt this energy rushing into my heart center and recognized that we were going through another collective upgrade that's targeting the heart. And no surprise there, because we are heading into Valentine's Day, which is all about the heart. And so this is very, very important, because what I also received is that there is a shift that is taking place in the Earth's magnetic field within the axis. Now, why is that important? That's important because you've heard me talk about so many times that we are of Gaia. Our physical bodies are derived of Gaia. We started as carbon composite, and we're heading into all new state of being, which incorporates silica and crystalline light body. And so it's really important to have this awareness that we are of the earth. And if we take this up one more notch, then we could actually say that we are the earth. Every single human on this planet is a representation of Gaia, of planet Earth. We are the physical representation. We just see it as a global body because of the way that the matrix is programmed for 3D and how the field warehouses the opportunity for 3D, which would give us a chair, a physical body, a computer, a table, trees, all of that sort of stuff, right? So it's very important to have an understanding that while the earth appears to be its own identity and its own individual soul aspect, the place that we are living, it's actually not. From the highest perspective, and this might take a bit for you to digest, like it did for me. I had to really come into this. Every single one of us is a direct projection of the consciousness that is Gaia. That's basically how it is, okay? And so we need to remember that everything that affects the earth affects us, and everything that affects us affects the earth. That's how it works. So when we're doing our work to hold a higher consciousness, come from a place of love and compassion, and be a gatekeeper within ourselves, within our body, within our field, we're actually supporting the shift of the planet that we're existing on, that is existing within us, so that we can amplify our experience through our state of being in this ascension process. Very, very important to have that awareness and that understanding, because I have been feeling the electromagnetic field, the shifting on a continuous basis, probably since December. And I wasn't really fully aware of what that meant, but the understanding that I now have is that the Earth's axis is shifting. And what that means for us is that our axis is shifting also. Our magnetics have to shift with Gaia's magnetics. Now, the axis that we're shifting runs from the crown of the head, but not the exact top of the head. It's somewhat back here. Okay, there's a point back here. It's like in the seam of the skull. And then from the point of uh, the anus, okay? That would be where the axis of the Earth's magnetics run through, according to what I brought through this morning. And it's really important to have this understanding and awareness, because as the Earth is going through this magnetic shifting, it's affecting every single one of us on the Earth. It's affecting our bodies in different ways. I know for me, over the course of this last couple of days, the plasma coming in is ridiculous. Stomach issues, gas issues, digestive issues, reflux issues. I never have any of that. But the intensity of the plasma coming in is so heightened in this moment for me, and most likely for some of you, that the other day when I was out grocery shopping, I actually bought some beer pretzels with salt, with a darkened, robust taste to them. They're like old fashioned. They remind me of, pretzels that I got when I was a kid. But they have salt on them. And it didn't register with me that until I got home that I was working with plasma. When I'm working with crystalline light frequency, I gravitate towards a piece of dark chocolate. One piece of dark chocolate a day helps me integrate that crystalline light frequency. But when I'm on a gamma rush, and plasma rush, and plasma is running through me with heightened intensity, all I want is salt. And so I'm back to eating salt again. So those of you that are craving salt, you are working with plasma, and plasma is pushing distortion to the forefront so that it can be cleared out of your field. Why is that important to know? Is because we're in a heavy duty cleanse right now, which is what I really came on to talk to you about, so that you could understand what's taking place. Okay. And yes, I accidentally mentioned gamma. Gamma frequency is that multi-dimensionality, where we have a hard time sleeping, we're on go mode. It's like being the ever-ready rabbit. We're like constantly running, constantly awake, which is how I was for a while. We could be running energy simultaneously. And so just, having an understanding of the energies helps us work within our energy body. Okay. So what is coming through for me now is, as we're going through this next shift, which is taking place this weekend. Why is this important? It's important because one is the heart center has its own magnetic field that is one of the most important, significant aspects within our energy body. That field, that heart field, is tied to higher states of consciousness. It's what allows us to expand into the quantum field, right, heading through the fourth dimensional astral plane and then on to whatever dimensional state of being that we want to be in. I exist in the higher dimensions 99% of my day, but when I am faced with or tasked with a challenge that presents, sometimes that challenge will trigger me back into the lower realm so I could clear another layer of distortion. That's how it works. So when we get triggered, we can't be upset with the trigger or the person that triggered us, because it's just another opportunity for us to clear another layer of distortion. So this is a really significant thing that's taking place, and it's a really important time for us right now, because we are in a collective purge. Yes, we're in Valentine's weekend, which the only significance for me is it means that we need to expand our heart center into love. It's actually a reminder to activate love within, hold love for everyone, even those that may, piss you off or trigger you at times, because they're just showing up as a likeness of you. Right? It's a representation of you, because in the scheme of things, collectively, humanity, every single person on the planet, and you've heard this before, that I'm not saying anything new, but I'm going to remind you, is like collectively, we are the ocean, right? And individually, we are each droplet of water in the ocean. The ocean cannot exist without the droplets of water that make up the ocean. And collectively, everybody that is part of the ocean, that is existing together, is all the same. We're all the same. Every drop of water is the same. Yes, it's different in some ways, but it is the same, which makes up the collective of the water body. And it's what we are all experiencing on a collective level. So that means that every single one of you that's tuned in here today, that's watching this video, that's interacting with me energetically, is an aspect of me. And you are all, I am an aspect of you, right? We're together, we are unity. Together, we unify the collective consciousness. Together, we are the embodiment of Gaia. We are, if you put us all together, we are what makes up Gaia, right? So I'm an aspect of you, you're an aspect of me. We are one as we come together in unity. And why is this very important? Because right now, through this gateway that we're going through, the magnetics are intensifying in the shift. So in other words, there are incredible beings who are in human physical bodies that are in the poles, the areas of the poles, the North Pole, South Pole, that are not in Antarctica, which is the North Pole, but mostly the South Pole. This is taking place where they are anchoring codes and frequencies to assist and support Gaia's shift, but really more importantly, to assist and support our shift in our physical body so that we can have a better experience and generations to come can have a better experience. See, not everything that's happening now is for the purpose of now. It's not. It's for the purpose of future generations and what's to come. So when we're frustrated because we're doing our work and we don't see the results that we're desiring or that we think we should be having, that's actually a lower thought form that is interceding in the awareness of our consciousness that we're having, that's creating that moment where we think we're not doing something right, or we're not doing enough, or we're doing it, in a way that is ineffective. Okay. That's not true at all. What is true is that not everything that is taking place within ascension over the next 100 years is going to be seen or reflected in this now moment. It might not. Some things will, but some things might not, right? And our job is to get into happy and become as happy as we possibly can in this now moment. That's what's important, okay? So when we look at it from that perspective and we see that we are all a reflection of each other, then we are also looking at this gateway that we're going through, which is a super, super powerful gateway, and have an understanding that what is transpiring right now is the collective purge of the liver energy, a collective detox of liver energy, which means that fear, resentment, anger, frustration, and any of the lower negative energies that play into liver frequency is actually coming up right now in the collective. And it's coming up in such a way that misery is another one. I was reminded that this morning. So to my young starseed Byrne, thank you so much for that awareness as you are going through your shift with your work. And there's so many of you anchoring and doing such amazing work out there that are really pulling in the codes for the collective. So I honor you. I thank you. When I get information, 99% of the time I'm getting it, I'm feeling it, I'm sensing it, and then I put a perspective to it so that I could share it here to you. But not everybody works that way. Some of you I know get the exact wording, the information. It's code 11, it's code 22, right? We're in the two activation, whereas years prior, okay, whenever we activated the 2222, 4 2s, humanity code, that code was always 4 2s. But now we've come into the year of 2022. So guess what? It takes it up a notch. And now it means even more because it's going to be in a level or in a way that we've never, ever experienced before. This whole month of February, we're in a collective shift upwards. We're shifting the axis of Gaia through the magnetic fields, which means that we're shifting them in our body. Now, some of you might be feeling this, this misery template wipe, which is pulling up distortions. I know I woke up this morning as I was activating these codes in my field for the collective clearing, and boy, the anger was intensified. And upon waking up, it took me literally 2 hours to bring myself back into my wholeness again so that I could be, you know, who I normally am, because the anger was so intensified. The purge was so intensified. So if you're feeling that anger and you're feeling that that frustration or miserable or any of that stuff, just know that you're going through the collective detox right now with the rest of humanity, as this is all pulling out of our field. Okay. And what's important to understand is that all tied to lower fourth dimension, upper fourth dimension, frequencies and templates, right? So these are template wipes that are happening where we're releasing from our field these lower level distortions. If you go back to the video that I did on the 144 code, where I was talking about we have 12 personalities times 12 dimensions gives us 144. If you think about that, that means that we're working with 144 fractals of ourself right now, in this now moment, right? So if we have 144 fractals, and some of those fractals have been in lifetimes that were less than stellar, that were difficult or challenging, and you keep experiencing some kind of pain and suffering, or keep doing the things that are creating pain and suffering. Let's say you're trying to find a new relationship, but you keep picking the same person over and over again. It's because those fractals are the ones navigating your decisions on choosing that relationship, you know, trying to lose weight. Those fractals that don't want to see you successful, where in other lifetimes you played a perpetrator, right? You were holding a lower level distortion, are interceding here because your energy field is actually vibrating at a lower frequency, which matches perfectly those lower distortion frequencies, those lower fractal frequencies. The only way to get out of that lower fourth dimensional consciousness is to shift your thinking, shift your vibration, do things that raise your vibration, laugh, do something creative, whether it's art or playing a musical instrument or going out for a walk. Well, anything that raises your vibration. Laughter is one of the key things that raise your vibration. I know for me this morning, I picked up my phone to respond to somebody looking for a session. And when I opened up my Instagram feed, there was something cute with a puppy and 2 cats, and it immediately made me laugh, and boom, everything just dissipated and cleared. So whatever residual I had from waking up through this gateway shift, anchoring these codes, had just finished, completed. Boom, it was done because I laughed. It was so cute what I had seen, right? So if you are struggling, one of the best things that you could do is to, and I've talked about this too, is to sit down and focus on reverse spinning your electromagnetic field, right? So your particle field or your electromagnetic field or your torus field, it doesn't matter what you call it, spins clockwise like your chakras do. I have information in prior videos on this, and I give exercises on how to, you know, work with this. So please look for those. our chakras and our energy field were set up to spin in a clockwise direction, which means that we are insourcing everything, which is why we empath. Okay. So if we want to detach from the collective experience where we're tuning into, as an empath, all of these different sources, we have to take our energy back and stop empathing or tuning into other people's energy fields. How do we do that? We have to command our electromagnetic field to spin in reverse. So we want our electromagnetic field to spin counterclockwise. And in that backward rotation, we are detaching and pulling in and insourcing within ourselves instead of outsourcing to the collective. Okay. So if you're struggling, try that exercise. It's super, super powerful. We are in a very powerful, huge upshift right now. We have more collective shifting coming. The next one is going to be on the 20th. And then the one after that is going to be on the 22nd. I am going to continue to bring information through on this as I'm getting these new downloads of information that's coming through on what is taking place. But just know that we are in a collective purge, a collective detox right now, detoxing liver energies. So anything that you can do to support your liver, to support your state of well-being right now, eating healthier foods, maybe not having alcohol or not doing things or eating things, not fatty foods that are going to impact the liver, and just give the liver a little bit of a break right now as we are going through this this very high level collective purge at this time. Okay. I don't know if you're hearing it, but that's my kitty in the background. Bella is she's like just good at playing by herself, and she engages with other beings around her and whatnot, and she's constantly talking to them. So if you hear a cat in the background, that's Bella. So anyway, I will be back with more information as more is coming through, and this way I can go through the process of sifting and sorting through it. Know that I love you so, so much. Thank you for tuning in with me. I appreciate you being here. Know that when I am not here, I am anchoring codes, and obviously I have to work. So I'm seeing clients and also teaching my classes, which I'm just so grateful for those of you that are supporting my work in that way. Have a wonderful whatever it is that you're doing. Know that I love you so, so much. And I look forward to connecting again soon. Remember to love your liver. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.